What's up guys, leftstickrightstick here again with another Dreams video. Today we're going to be focusing on the music stream that we had recently from Media Molecule. That stream is actually a very detailed and informative stream. We learned a lot about the music system. Some of the stuff was what you know before. The whole rundown of what happened in the stream was they showed off a library of music and instruments, a very wide variety of stuff, control interfaces, and sort of what we can do to manipulate the sounds and change it up, and sort of how we can create our own instruments. And they created some on the stream itself. To start off, we'll talk about the library of music. There's a wide variety of instruments and sounds, and sort of when they show it in their library, it's sort of the hexagon icons, you know, they all look very different. They've got some like little artsy little waves going on, and that's apparently a visual representation of the track itself. And with all these music stuff, like with the creations in Dreams, you can sort of take some, put them in, remix and edit or mix them around with other different tracks, just like everything else. You can actually take some bits here and there, stick it, sort of like it's all about sharing out and sort of playing with them. So what they showed it in the stream was that unlike with LBP, where you have to, even if you're creating music and stuff, you have to save it as a level to push out and publish. In Dreams that's sort of different here, where you can actually just save individual instruments, individual music tracks and publish them. So it's sort of a lot more, you've got more control over how you sort of publish and share your stuff. So you don't have to like create a big massive sort of level. Then you only want to share the music in it, then you can just create that music element and send it and publish that out. But before in LVP you sort of had to make that track, then that had to be played through the level to actually collect it, and then other people can use it. This is just shared directly as a music thing, and obviously that probably works the same with Logic and stuff as well. So that's actually a really nice little feature there. Going on to like the control interfaces, for the music element there's actually 3 different views which you can actually change quite easily in between them, which give you different ways to sort of manipulate and edit the music whichever way you feel comfortable. And actually what's really cool is that the imp changes its look. In the freeform view, the imp actually gets like a cool little techno-y outline, which I think is awesome. But basically in the freeform view is sort of the one which we've probably seen the most of in Dreams so far. Obviously we know the timeline view. Within that, when making the actual music or actually creating a musical track, there's the freeform view which you move the imp around to make your beats. And as you do that, there's also like some buttons, which we'll talk about a bit later, where you can like press down notes and assign certain sounds. And it's a very simple sort of inner panel view, and you can create have effect fields to manipulate the sound, and it's all about just playing around with the imp, moving it around to create your sound. It's more visual style, it's less accurate, but it's more fun to play around with. Then you got like a more fine-tuning view, which is called the piano roll view. Not quite sure why it's called piano roll view, but let me know what you think why it's called the piano roll view in the comments below. But it's basically, it shows it in a more sheet music form and then a dotted grid with like bars and stuff. And this is where you can sort of fine-tune how long each notes are and like where the notes are placed in the timing and everything. So this is for really precise control of certain notes. So if you want certain notes or certain sounds somewhere, this is the view that you want to get all the precision done in. We also seem to have like the sample view, although they seem to be used in a completely separate context to the other 2 views. Freeform view and piano roll view seem to be more about actually composing a track together, placing it, managing that, whereas sample view seems to be more about sort of taking certain recordings of your sounds and sort of cutting certain bits out to assign here and there for like the different sounds in your instruments. Like the wave view, that, you know, the ones where you see the whole wavy lines, that's sort of what the sample view is, and it seems like it's been used mostly to cut your recorded sounds and sort of move them around. So in terms of like manipulation of the music, obviously the timeline had its own properties in terms of like play speed, etc. And the whole interface and usage of the music system in Dreams is very, very simple. You can drag and drop your sounds, you can search it, drag it around, drop it into the timeline, and you can copy, cut and paste, so, you know, to make certain loops and stuff. So it's very, very intuitive, the whole music system, and every track you can have their own properties to tweak as well. And there's a whole long list of stuff that, you know, you can tweak. There's like volume, there's volume ASDR, something like that, speed, tempo, your start, stop, offset, sound type, you can shift your pitch, there's delays, there's resonance, reverb, variation, there's fades, there's like distant muffles, there's distortion, there's like EQ filters, chorus setting, there's things like something called granulation, and arpeggiator. Arpeggiator sort of helps you make musical sequences by actually grouping certain notes together in an arpeggio, and that just makes things things going together much smoother. Clearly, you know, there's lots of different elements that you can tweak and edit. The whole music system in Dreams actually supports live editing, so you can actually, as it plays, you can sort of add layers on to, you know, add more notes in the background or in front. As you listen to it, you can just add in new notes, so you don't have to actually know where to place stuff. You can just actively do it in, which makes it so much easier, I think, to manage music. You don't have to like remember where you need to put stuff or like time yourself properly. You can just do it as and when on top, which is great. Beyond that as well, even as you're editing, you're tweaking, you can have it play and you can see in live how your tweak affects the music straight away. In terms of like the manipulation of music, when you're actually creating stuff as well, you know, when you're moving the imp, you can actually control it to like, tilt it in the freeform mode to sort of change the octave as well. So everything is done very intuitively. It makes the whole process very, very easy. And as we mentioned before, you can sort of, in your recordings, you can actually split up your recordings. You can just make one long recording and you've played all the notes on your piano or whatever. And you can split up each note by note, and you can assign them to a different button or assign them to a different sort of set when you can make your own instrument. In the Media Monaco Dream stream, they actually just made an instrument from scratch, which was amazing. It shows it's how simple it is for you to actually just make an instrument yourself from random recordings. When you're actually manipulating the music in the music editor, you've got your dual stroke controller. You can have buttons assigned to certain keys or certain notes or certain sounds depending on, you know, what instrument you're using, and it's quite customizable as well. You can change the octaves and the keys as well from the joysticks. So we're going to go on to like the creating instruments part of the stream, which is actually really, really cool, and where they sort of recorded their own sound, recorded themselves, Tom, Ed, and Bogdan. They just recorded something and they made some tweaks to their sounds. They just made an instrument of it, which is very cool, and they made a whole new track from that, using that instrument, which was amazing. I mean, what they even managed to change Ed's wooing sound into like some sort of techie bass beat kind of thing, which was awesome. And even when they showed off their mystery sound, it was awesome that they managed to change a fire alarm into some sort of angelic chime. Clearly, the whole power of the Dreams music system is all in the tweaking system, where you can sort of tweak bits here and there to completely drastically change the whole sound recording. Just have a little basic thing there and you can tweak it to make it into sound like something completely different. So that the most powerful element, which even Ed was mentioning, was like the effect areas, which you mostly see in the panel views. The most apparent there, where you see those colored sort of spheres, where you're basically going into those spheres when you're using the freeform view, is how you can set different manipulations. So you can have, like say in the left field, you can have it reduce the pitch, and the other area you can say, you know, make it speed up or whatnot or something like that. And then when you're moving your notes into it, it applies that effect, which is really cool. I mean, it's not just limited to the freeform view, it's in the piano roll view as well. You can actually color code and assign these sort of areas and these effects, but it's just most apparent in the freeform view, and it looks really nice in the freeform view too. I'm just doing a nice gradient sort of spheres in that panel. But yeah, if you really want to check out how easy it is, definitely check out Media Monaco's original stream on their music creation, because they're creating the instruments is actually a wow factor for me. That is really, really amazing. And you know, little extras we had in the stream was sort of that they were talking about sound effects not being part of this stream, but basically, as they explained it, sound effects use the exact same tools and methods as music creation. Personally, I think the only real difference to sound effects that most people are interested in is just addition of the logic element to the whole music creation bit. So sort of like in the, you know, in a level where you have a sound effect, the only thing you really need to worry about is sort of tying that music that you've created to some sort of action in the level. So as they did show off in the stream at the very end, you can connect wires between variables. So like say your character is walking, you can actually connect the walking speed variable to say your music track's tempo. As he walks faster, the music track plays faster. If he slows down, the music track slows or probably stops. They also showed like an apple flashing, where you can change using the keyframes and stuff to link the flash and the glow to the beat of the track. You can manipulate things both ways. Music can affect the characters and objects, as well as the objects can affect the music as well. So it's very, very flexible, really powerful system. And you know, we saw this before in Bogdan's eyeball level, which was really, really cool. But there's a great range of flexibility, and I'm really, really intrigued to see what, you know, people have managed to come up with this really powerful system. And then a little extra at the end of the stream, which is a great highlight. Apparently Bogdan from Media Monaco actually made a beatbox. He sort of translated some of the music controls in the music system into a playable, interactable object in Dreams, sort of like a physicalized synth, where you can, pressing the buttons on that object will create the sound, and you can actually while pressing that and other buttons, you can actually change the style of that sound. This was probably one of the best streams to date, the music stream. Definitely check out the full Media Miracle stream if you haven't already. I'll provide a link in the bottom below, but I hope you enjoyed this recap of the music stream. We have learned a great deal about the music system in Dreams, and it is powerful and amazing. I can't wait to see what other people are going to create with this. Let me know what you think about the music system in the comments below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Click that like button if you did, and subscribe to Left Stick Right Stick for more Dreams news when it comes out. And don't forget to stick around for more LBP content as well. So if you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.